Hey there, happy Labor Day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Day 585 of documenting the journey of my business journey as I transition from brick and mortar, offline corporate world of business to the online world of business. And what works, what doesn't work, what's good, what's bad, the ugly, the good, the bad, the ugly. What feels awesome versus what feels terrible to me. Things that work, things that don't work. All of the lessons that I'm learning so that you don't have to go through those struggles yourself. Today I titled this one Difficult because today's idiom for supersize your business was touching something with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch something with a 10-foot pole, meaning difficult, challenging situations that we just don't want to get involved in and will avoid and will procrastinate, guilty of that of course, at all costs in order to not have to deal with difficult situations. Now, when it comes to work and business, I don't have a problem dealing with difficult situations and challenges. It was and is my thing. It's what I strive for and love to do. I love to solve problems. I love to overcome obstacles and challenges because I know in business, every challenge, every obstacle, everything that absolutely possibly could happen is somehow solvable. There's always a way to figure things out. There's always a solution. Now, it's interesting because I do that really, really well in business, but in my personal life, not so much. In my personal life, I will avoid and procrastinate and put things off and not touch certain things with a 10-foot pole. There's always things that come up in our life, and maybe I don't touch them because they're really none of my business. With our families and with our children and with even within our relationships, there's things that come up that we shouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole that really aren't any of our business. But it's hard when you're a mom. It's hard when you're a significant other. It's hard when you're a sister or a cousin or a friend to stay out of stuff sometimes. But we have to remember that if it's not my business, if it's none of my business, not my responsibility, who am I to judge? I guess that's my favorite question these days. Who am I to judge, and why am I judging this? Why am I even forming an opinion about it when it is truly not my circus, not my monkey, none of my darn business? So that's what I'm thinking about today, is dealing with difficult situations. But I'm also thinking on the other side of that, if you, with your business and your products and services, can solve a difficult situation, and the harder, the bigger the problem, the more challenging, the more uncomfortable the situation, if you have a solution for people, then it makes business really, really easy, because we will do anything to avoid pain and discomfort and difficult situations at all costs. It's human nature. We move away from pain and toward pleasure. It's just the way we function. It's the way our brains work. It's the way our entire being works. We move away from danger and toward safety. It's just natural. So if you can find a way to work the difficult situation and problem solving into your business and what you do, it makes business so much easier. Working on the One Funnel Away Challenge. I haven't done it yet today. Today is week 2, day 1. And I think it's about storytelling. I haven't done it for a couple of months, so I can't remember. But every time I go through the One Funnel Away Challenge or any other challenge, anybody's challenge, because I love doing challenges. I love leading them, but I also like going through other people's challenges because it is the quickest, fastest, easiest way for me to get a result that I want, a quick and fast result. And I think that's why I like challenges so much. It gives you a way to measure your progress in a really short period of time, or in a finite period of time. I've done 365-day challenges and 90-day challenges, 180-day challenges. And so those aren't really a short period of time, but they are a defined period of time. So if I do a 90-day challenge, this is a result I want to get in 90 days. And I'm working on it every day. And when you do anything a little bit every day, you can achieve very big things, bigger than you can even imagine, faster than you can even imagine possible. And so I love challenges, but in those challenges, if I can find a way to solve a problem for myself, that's why I like doing them, or for other people especially. But I like, we all like solving problems for ourselves, but we also like solving them for other people. That's why we're in business in the first place. Business people, business owners are problem solvers, right? If somebody didn't have a problem that we needed to solve, why would our business exist? I mean, some businesses exist just for fun, but for the most part, a problem. You know, it's always a solution to a problem. Even going to Disney is a solution to a problem, right? People want a great place to go for a family vacation. That's their problem. Their problem is, where do we go? Of all the places that we could possibly go on a family vacation, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? Well, Disney exists to answer that question, to solve that problem for people. Not that deciding where to go on vacation is a huge problem for many people. But again, the bigger the problem you can solve for people, the more attracted they are to your business and to you, because we all love people that help us solve problems. We all love people that make our life easier, that help us overcome obstacles that are challenges for us. So I love challenges. So every time I get involved in a challenge, mine or someone else's, it causes me to go back and rethink things that I'm doing in my business and the way that I'm doing it. And this challenge, this One Funnel Away challenge, is no different. As part of that, I started listening to the affiliate bootcamp yesterday for ClickFunnels and going through everybody's way of how they become super affiliates. Now, an affiliate is just somebody that gets a portion or a commission for making sales or for referring other people's products. You know, it's like a referral program or things like that, if you don't know what an affiliate program is. So this affiliate bootcamp is just a bunch of different speakers that are sharing their method for sharing, in this case, ClickFunnels. It could be used for any product or service that you want to recommend, but this is for ClickFunnels. And it's reminding me very much of the 30 Days book that came out about a year ago, a little over a year ago now, again from ClickFunnels, with several different 2 Comma Club award winners, which are people that have made at least $1 million in their online business or funnel. And they were sharing their stories, their success stories of how they did it. And I love going through things like this because you see the patterns. And I actually taught a course on all 30 people. I did a challenge of all 30 people last year. If you want access to that, just hit me up, message me in the comments below. I did a course on that and walked people through all 30 and summarized it so the people didn't have to read the book, because the book was like this thick, and everybody's plan. And sometimes we don't need to read 30 people's plans to find a model that we can use to help us in our business, to help us get to that next level. But I like to read everybody's, so I read everybody's, summarized them all, and then did a challenge on that of picking out and finding the foundational things, because there's always a success system for every business, for every industry. And the secret is the success system is the same for every business, no matter what industry you're in. And once you understand that and see that, you see it everywhere. And you can go from industry to industry, from job to job, from place to place. And that's what I did in my career, and apply that same success system, that same foundational success method, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter what your business is. And when you see that, and when you figure that out and you start to do that, that's when business becomes really, really fun and really, really easy. So it's fun now to be listening to and watching the videos and the walkthroughs for how people become super affiliates, because I've never really done much affiliation at all. Don't consider myself really much of a salesperson, because it's always felt like yucky to me. So it's very common for women to not want to be salesy. So it's fun to watch the success system of everybody and then create your own. I like to read a lot. I like to learn a lot. I'm one of those people that's always learning and growing and trying to be a better human being. At least in my opinion, I'm trying to be a better human being. And as such, I like to take information, lots of information, and then get it all, put it in my brain, and then see what pops out in terms of how I'm going to apply it. In the past, if I wanted to study a topic, I remember I wanted to outsource different aspects of my Italian food manufacturing business. So I went on Amazon. I bought, I think, 20 books on outsourcing, and I went through and I read and I skimmed all those books. And then I picked out the pieces that worked for us and that we could apply immediately. And we started applying those things, and we started to test and figure out what actually worked. So I understood the overall success process and system, and then we had to tweak that and make it our own. And that's what I've done on lots of different topics on outsourcing, quality, manufacturing principles and processes, good manufacturing processes, different aspects and detailed aspects of business that I needed to have a broad understanding of. That's the way I learned. That's the way I've always done it. I've always gotten lots of different sources, because you can read one book on a topic and you'll know a little bit more about the topic than you knew before. But if you read 5 or 10, now you're not just getting one other person's perspective and thought on a topic, you're getting a whole spectrum of them. And that's how you really understand the bigger picture of any topic. Outsourcing is one. I just got rid of all the books, is why that one comes to mind. But I did the same thing when I was younger. I wanted to be a good cook. So instead of just cooking and making recipes and following other people's directions, I used to read cookbooks. I know that sounds really weird, but I read cookbooks, and that's how I learned to become a good cook. So now I'm one of those cooks that doesn't use recipes at all. I just know what goes together and what tastes good and what you should or shouldn't mix and combine. Just because I read so many cookbooks when I was younger, that's how I learned how to cook. And I've taken that same strategy and kind of applied it to everything that I've wanted to learn, anything that I've wanted to learn and study and understand from a broader perspective. I'll do the same thing. I will get a bunch of books, or nowadays you can go online and with my eyes actually listen to a lot more things than I read, because it's a challenge to read everything, with a magnifying glass, or put it up on my giant TV screen so that I can actually see it. But that's just my story, so it doesn't really matter. But what do you do? How do you approach topics that you want to know something about? We can shortcut that. We can get a coach. We can get somebody that's already done what we want to do before, and we can model what they do. But again, if we're just picking one person and modeling just that one person, maybe their strategy, their system, yep, it worked for them, and it worked for a bunch of people that they taught, but it might not necessarily work for me. It might not necessarily work for you. We have to find what resonates or what feels good to us and what works for us, and then apply that in our life. If we just copy somebody else, we're not being ourselves. And overall, the reason that we're on the planet is to be ourselves and to experience this life as only we can experience it. And that doesn't involve being a copy of someone else. It involves learning from other people, modeling some aspects of what they do, but really finding what works for us and making it our own. So that's what I'm thinking about today. I'm thinking about, how do I take what I'm learning, and I always do this, and I make it my own, because that's what we all kind of are. We are all a conglomerate of everything that we've learned as we go through this journey called life, and how we choose to act and how we choose to respond to things. That's uniquely ours, but we all just learn from it. We come in knowing nothing and we learn everything, and then we die, I guess. That's it. That's my summary of life. So I'm rethinking those things. I will go do the One Funnel Away Challenge. I think this week's on storytelling, and I'm learning to be a better storyteller. I love how powerful storytelling is. It's just kind of like being funny. I've never considered myself funny or a comedian. I've got a sister. My youngest sister has got timing, and she's just incredible and can tell a story so well. And then there's me, not so much. It's kind of like singing. I think we all get different talents, and some things I miss the gene on. I miss the shopping gene. I miss the singing vocal gene. Missed a lot of those, but that's okay. So working on that. And again, the whole reason I brought this up is because I'm rethinking every time I go through One Funnel Away. I rethink the funnel I'm working on for this particular project. Of course, I've got more than one funnel going on, but the one that I'm doing, and the one I was going to do, I think I was going to do a challenge or something. And now, after watching some of the affiliate things, I'm not going to do an affiliate thing, but I am going to do something different than I had originally planned. I'm going to combine the different pieces of things that I've already done before. The Women's Summit, the interviews, and the challenge, because I've already got those pieces and those components they're all built and they're all in place. They're all, the membership areas, everything is done. It's just a matter of tweaking the offer and the stories and the marketing message. And so instead of creating something brand new, I'm going to improve on something that's I've already done, and then just re-roll that out, because I think that is what would positively impact the most people, and me too. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And I just came up with that, I think last night before I went to bed. I'm like, okay, I've got all these components of this. Why would I not combine these and find the way to get that message out into the world versus creating something brand new? Don't need to create something brand new. I've created a lot of brand new things that haven't gone anywhere in the last 2 years. So it's time to stop creating things and actually go back to the foundational structure that I know leads to faster success and do that. So if you have any questions, if I can help you in any way, go ahead and just message me below. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow, letting you know what's going on, what's difficult, what's easy, what's working, what's not. It is a holiday, so I'm still going to do work today. I'm still going to, whenever it's a holiday, I usually use that as my time to learn and grow and dig into an area that I want to learn more about. So most people go out and play and have picnics and stuff. I usually learn something new. That's just me. Go out, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.